So there are so many businesses in the airline industry. It's one who is us, the customer, and one are cargo, and one are chartered flights, one are business partners. So the airline industry provides air transportation for passengers, cargo, uh, and also scheduled chartered flights. As per the aviation reports, the industry till 2023 is more than $800 billion. The main bodies of airlines are ITA and ICAO. There are so many new technologies coming in the airline industry. If you see the fares, if you see there are so many online check-in when you go to the airports. The baggage is automated. You can self-check-in yourself. So there are so many businesses in the airline industry. And we have two words, like one is airline, one is aviation. If you see, you think that both are uh, similar, but in reality, it has different meanings. The airline refers to company that offers transport services to paying customers, whereas the aviation industry includes all aviation related business. In aviation industry, everything comes, that maintenance, regulation authorities, non-commercial flights, uh, ground operations, everything comes under aviation. And I have given this the table difference between the airline industry and aviation industry. Guys, if you have any questions now, you can ask anytime. So can you tell me any other difference of airline industry and aviation industry? Anyone? So in aviation industry, the manufacturers also comes, like Boeing, Airbus. There are so many other aircraft manufacturers are there. So all these come into aviation industry. Type of airlines and their business model. Uh, as you know that not all airlines are equal. So their businesses, there are so many other businesses within the airlines. And there are three categories for the airlines. One is major, one is national, and one is regional. And regionals divided into three parts: large regional, medium, and small. So the major airlines, you can say the heavyweights of the airline industry, like you can say United Airlines, American Airlines, Lufthansa, Air India, which generates more than $1 billion in revenue annually. And national airlines uh, means you can, it's a small airlines where they generate revenues between more than 100 million pounds. And the major airlines also employ largest employers of among airlines. No one, no other airlines can match their employer growth. National airlines, you can say, here we have Indigo. This comes under regional airlines also. Large regional airlines. Under regional, we have three: large regional, medium regional, and small regional. Large regional scheduled carriers with the pound 20 million to 100 million in revenue. They operate aircraft which can accommodate more than 60 passengers. Medium, these airlines operate on a smaller scale. Revenue is under 20 million pounds and use smaller aircraft. And regional airline don't have set revenue definition, but are usually referred as commuter airlines. They use small aircraft with less than 61 seats. There are many aircrafts like ATR which build less than 61 seats in an airline. Airline business model. So airline uh, business model in the India are presented in terms of carrier generates revenue and their services, how they add value added their services. Like examples you can see the full service airlines, those who provides everything in the fare, like Air India and Lufthansa. Here you will see you will get the meal in the airline, but in the low cost carriers you will not get the meals. You have to purchase it additionally, like Indigo, SpiceJet. Charter airlines, like if Zenzi wants to charter a flight, then they can charter it through the private operators. Thomas Cook, TUI, many others are there. And cargo, these are only the cargo carriers which doesn't transport passengers, like FedEx, DHL Aviation. Any question, guys? Okay. Overview. Overview of airline operations. Can someone tell me the airline operations? Few examples of airline operations. Anyone, please? Not these which are in this slide, any other airline operations you can say. Guys, you need to ask questions. If you are not getting it, please ask. I always try to resolve and answer anything. If I doesn't, then I will ping you later, but please ask questions. So there are many things comes under airline operations. First is flight operations. This is coming planning, scheduling, executing flights, ensuring pilots are trained, maintaining aircraft and their maintenance on regular basis, operating with regulatory and safety requirements. Right? Like I have given few uh, points like flight planning. What is flight planning? Which includes the route of the crew and specific altitudes and speeds. In flight planning, everything comes how much fuel they will uh, add in the aircraft, and dispatch a flight dispatcher, known as flight operation officer, also assist in flight planning parts, taking into account aircraft performance and loading, turbulence forecasts, weather forecast, airspace restriction, and airport conditions. The next part in airline operation is ground operations, where you will check in, you will give your baggage, you will board the plane, you will deboard the plane, aircraft aircraft cleaning, managing aircraft movement on the ground by ATC, air traffic control. The next is come maintenance and engineering, inspecting and repairing aircraft, everything related to aircraft. They will do the maintenance team every when the aircraft land. Every time they need to do the maintenance, the regular checkups, and if it's a major problem, then they will repair it in their maintenance department. Schedules and maintenance planning. A flight schedule defines a feasible plan to what cities we are flying to and what times. A maintenance schedule contains details of what is to be maintained on an aircraft and how often. Any questions, guys? The next part is safety and security. Developing and implementing safety and security protocols, onboard security, emergency response planning, passengers and baggage screening. Every time you go, there is a security check-in. Every time you need, the security will check you guys. Customer service, in-flight meals, entertainment, comfortable seats. What are in-flight services? Like you will get a good meal there, Wi-Fi services, entertainment services, in-flight services. Five main services you will find on board: meal service, drink and beverage, reading, in-flight entertainment, duty-free sales. Example of in-flight services: the Wi-Fi. Nowadays, many full service carriers used to give a Wi-Fi service in the airline, where you can also use your WhatsApp messages there. Any questions, guys, in airline operations? This is just an overview. No? So, aircraft and airline fleet types. Anyone knows how many aircraft manufacturers we have in total? No? More than five we have, but the main are Boeing and Airbus. And these are some common type of aircrafts in Boeing and Airbus. Boeing 777-300ER, they have 52 business class seats and considered some of the best in airline fleet. 737-800, one of the most common Boeing planes in airline fleet. It's a old the older one, the Boeing 737-800. A 787-9, a wide body commercial passenger jet aircraft, part of Boeing 787 family. Airbus 321 Neo, 319 and 320. These three aircraft are similars. It's a new type where 320, 321, if you see, many Indigo Airlines and Vistara Airlines use nowadays. Airbus A330-300, a wide-body twin jet air that can transport 335 passengers in a single go. These are three main manufacturers, but the main ones is Boeing and Airbus only. ATR aircraft used on smaller routes, you can say. Boeing, one of the most popular names in aviation is Boeing. Boeing 737 is the next generation planes are utilized by many top commercial airlines. 737 is the biggest of Boeing. Airbus, it's smaller than Boeing, but nowadays many low cost carriers use Airbus because it's in their budget. Airbus 320, I told you in last slide also. It's the most popular one. It's used by many low cost carriers and major airlines also, but for the smaller routes, because it's only 180 passengers can travel in this Airbus A320. ATR are slightly unique in that they are the large series of turboprop planes, meaning they utilize exterior propellers in order to fly. You will see the engine on the back side of the tail of the plane. Regional, regional flights, oh sorry, regional flights for a small number of passengers, typically between 40 to 70. Many in Europe use these flights for the small routes. These are some aircraft types of Boeing and Airbus. Airbus 380 is the biggest, uh, second last from the left. Airbus is 380 is the biggest in Airbus aircraft, and in Boeing 787 is the biggest. So type of aircraft we have: narrow body aircraft designed for short to medium haul flights, typically set seats up to 150 passengers, like A320 and Boeing 737. Wide, I think this, yeah, 737. Wide body aircraft like Airbus 380 and 787, the biggest of Airbus and Boeing. Regional, for short haul flights to smaller region airports, typically seats up to 200 passengers. And I have given examples of some. Cargo, they can be smaller aircraft also and wide body also. Business jets like private and executive travel like chartered flights, you can take for 6 to 12 passengers. Low cost Airbus 320 is the best in low cost carriers, and with that Boeing 737. Full service Boeing 787, A380 and A320 for the smaller routes. Any question, guys?
Anuj, I have one question.
Mhm.
What is this 737 A320? Like how they give this name? Is there any
Uh,
story?
yeah, these are the these are the names given to the aircraft by their designer. Like if Airbus is creating any plane, they can give a number A320. A means Airbus, 320 is the number for that particular aircraft. Like here, these are the numbers they give. It's depending upon their choice. It's not particular like 380 means 380 passengers will accommodate in this aircraft. And Airbus always start with A, and Boeing always start with B, and their number will always start with 7. 707, 727, and Airbus it's A380 or A280, 220, these type of. There is not any specific meaning of these, just the numbers,
Okay.
because they have to prioritize and give numbers to each and every carrier which they make as per the configuration. Guys, any other question? Please ask, and you can ping me anytime for the questions. Questions from these PPT and questions from your projects also related to airline domain, not from the sponsors team. Banking, I don't know. Any questions, guys?